Sound, a group of vibrations, things that can be heard. Sound can influence the way we communicate in the world with others. Many artists have used sounds in music, speech.
From the beginner to the professional, from the novice to the master, from playing and experimenting with things to create a masterpiece. And these elements are all part of art. And on our show, our art is sound. Hi, I'm L.V. Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. Now, I'm gonna go back in the past when I was watching a dear friend, Eric Bailey, who hosts the show Behind the Curtains. Well, anyway, he had this one little trio group that just knocked my socks off. I mean, it's sort of like Fishbone meets pop and punk and metal. And I just said, I got to have these guys. And it turned out the guy who was doing it, who is quite a Renaissance man, Roger Whiting, who has his own little group. And here he is, right here, in the flesh. Roger Whiting,
LV.
Thank you for coming.
Great to be here, LV. Thank you for having us, man. Appreciate it.
It's the other way around. Now, I got a question for you, Roger.
Yes.
What makes Roger Roger?
As I've been described, I'm wired differently. Just my approach on how I do things, how I look at things. You know, as a kid, you grow up, you kind of realize, you know, as you come into your own, that that's not a bad thing. So.
Too many say it's a bad thing, and I think we're distant relatives because, dang it, they tell me there's only one of a kind. That's all the better.
Mm-hmm. Yes, true to say that. Yes.
Guitar education time. That is a gorgeous gold top Les Paul there, and holding that Les Paul is
Mark Ricciardi.
Mark Ricciardi. Okay, Mark. What makes Mark Mark?
What makes Mark Mark? I just have to say that everything I've ever done up to this point in my life, even meeting guys like Roger and Kane, just love to do what you do. And if you're going to do it 100% and don't look back. That's kind of what I live with every day. That's when I wake up in the morning till I go to sleep saying, what am I going to do tomorrow? That's going to make me love what I do even more. And that's what I am. So.
Forget tomorrow, live the now. Live today at their best, because there may not even be a tomorrow.
Exactly.
I'll be right back with you. And on drums, really pounding some really metal soul in there, and groove at the same time, we have
Kane Daniel.
Okay, Kane. What makes Kane Kane?
Wow. I've never been asked that before. And I guess if I had to sum it up, I think it's similar to Mark. It's everything I've done in my life, everybody that I've met, all the places I've been fortunate to travel, I think shape who you are and how you look at life. And I value being unique in that way.
Words to live by, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, I got another question you probably never heard.
Okay.
And you've been preempted, or I should say, you've been warned it was coming by fellow band members.
Okay.
I want you to dig back in your memory banks. I want you to think of the very first sound you ever remember hearing.
Well, I'm fortunate to grow up with musician parents. So I think the first sound I ever remember hearing was my parents' band. They had a band together, and I grew up in their rehearsals and their shows. So I think that's the first sound I ever remember hearing was their music.
That will work. Mark, I want you to dig back in your memory banks and think about what was the very first sound you ever remember hearing.
Definitely my mom's kitchen and her cooking, because that's all she did from the minute we woke up to dinner time. It was always pots and pans clanging and refrigerator doors slamming, and being, a kid in the high chair. I just remember maybe that's why my love for food is so much. But that's got to be the first memory. That's what I remember as a kid.
F-O-O-D.
Exactly.
F-O-O-D. Food.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right, Roger. You're the last one. You're the heavy on this one.
Okay.
Dig back your memory banks. What was the very first sound you ever remember hearing?
My first sound I remember is like a conscious awakening. I remember looking down and seeing wood floors and my feet walking, probably about 2 years old maybe, and just the sound of wood floors. That was my first sound.
How organic. That is great. Now, you holding some wood right there, or you were using that piece of wood.
Maybe that's one, the wood floor to the wood instrument. So.
That could be, but now we're going to move the question up to a different level. What was the very first sound that motivated you to pick up that piece of wood and do what you do?
Cousin's house, he had a guitar, strummed it, and I remember every day just strumming it. And then my parents, when we came home, they signed me up for lessons, and here we are, 25 plus years later.
You hide your age quite well.
25 times, you put a number in.
There's no other number than now.
Right.
Moving on.
Okay.
All right, Mark. Now, same question as Rogers. What was the very first sound that may have motivated you to play that gorgeous axe?
I would have to say, hands down, I think I was probably 5 or 6, Tom Jones. Saw him on TV and completely went nuts. I was like, what is he doing? That sounds and looks great. And it was people screaming, and I said, well, and then it led to Tom Jones, Elvis Presley, to Van Halen and other things like Jimi Hendrix and stuff like that. But it was Tom Jones that started everything. It was the music, the rhythm of it, the way he danced to the music, everything. It was just.
He definitely felt his music.
Yeah, totally captivated. I was done after that.
He still does.
Oh yeah, still does. So.
Delia. All right, Kane. I know you have a distant relative called Big Daddy, but that's okay. Just a cheap joke. Well, anyways, what was the very first sound or influence that drove you to picking up drums and drumming?
Well, my father is a drummer, and I think, like I said before, with the first sounds I really remember hearing were my parents' music, and just over the years watching my father do it and completely enamored in how cool he looked, and and how many people loved him and what he got to do with his life. That's, I think, hearing him play was the influence for me to start.
So you're living your life and dream accordingly.
Yes, sir.
Wow, what was the name of your parents' band?
It was kind of like a Haitian fusion band called New Voodoo, Noovoodoo. Yeah.
Do you have any of the recordings?
Not on me, but they're online. Yeah.
We're gonna look that one up, man. That sounds delicious right there.
Bam.
Okay, now that we met the members of the band of Roger Whiting's band here, let's hear a song. What are you gonna do for us?
Learning to Fly.
Learning to Fly with Roger Whiting Band.
Looking out the window upon the day, the truck is here with the crew to take my things away. I turn to look at the room we used to share. Got to step outside of this, it's more than I can bear. Learning to fly again, spread my wings for a life without you. Learning to fly again, letting go of the things I used to know, and fly. If I should return this way again, it would be to find the truth in a lover and a friend. I look towards my eagles to get by. They will take me on their wings and help me fly again. Learning to fly again, spread my wings for a life without you. Learning to fly again, letting go of the things I used to know, you. Learning to fly again, letting go of the things I used to know, and fly, and fly, and fly, and fly.
Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on Fridays, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. Hey, be sure you tune in and watch Thursday Night Live with Jeff Hodge, Thursday at 10 p.m. See you then.
Marie, you have prediabetes.
Pre-diabetes? I don't have time to eat right or exercise. I'm a busy mom.
Oh, you're a busy mom.
Yeah.
This is great news. Busy moms never get prediabetes.
Wait, what?
Let me just... Yeah, this is all the people at risk for prediabetes, and way over here, busy moms. No?
Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within, which comes on every Friday, 8:30 a.m. and 8:30 p.m. When I'm not producing that show, I like to watch James Jones Jr.'s show, which is called Anybody Can Play Guitar, which comes on Fridays at 6 a.m. and 6 p.m. See you then.
Hi, I'm Roger Anthony Whiting,
And Mark Ricciardi.
and you are watching Sounds Within with LV Smith.
Learning to Fly by Roger Whiting Band. Oh, that is good stuff, folks. Sorry, I don't do too much radio anymore because the real music is starting to happen on shows like this on Pasadena Media, and we got to get these great folks, particularly like Roger Whiting's band, out there in the open so people can hear some actual music. Now, Roger, let's focus more on you. Who are some of your influences?
Bands or individuals? Combination of both. From the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, James Jamerson. Oh wow, a lot of the Motown stuff. Jocko. I mean, so it just good music is good music. I mean, I love Dolly Parton as well. I mean, a lot of stuff she does. Of course, Whitney Houston. I mean, love Freddie Mercury. With the Queen. I mean, the band as a whole. So those are definitely some of the music I gravitated to. Of course, Luther Vandross. I mean, the voice. So.
I hear it in you. Don't be ashamed, because who has hit me the hardest is Todd Rundgren.
Yes, Todd, definitely. Hammer in My Heart. Remember that song? Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Well, we'll talk more about that
Yes.
later. We got to find out the other influences. Who are some of your major influences?
Bands, definitely the Beatles, Rolling Stones, Kiss. I got into the whole glam rock thing. Anything, Zeppelin was kind of a big deal for me growing up because of the songwriting and how intricate it was. But a lot of the 70s, early 60s, the Stones were big for me. Sly and the Family Stone, a whole different. I had an older brother that played bass, so having an older brother that I could raid his collection every once in a while it was a good education in music. So.
That's great. Who are some of your influences?
I guess it started with bands like Shaka Khan, Rufus, to Tower of Power. Also, you can't leave out Led Zeppelin and bands like Red Hot Chili Peppers. For me, as a kid growing up, they were really awesome. So I learned a lot about rock music and rock drumming in general from Led Zeppelin and Chili Peppers.
I share your love, particularly for Chili Peppers, because they do bend genres. Okay, thank you. Okay, Roger, what are some things happening right now?
Everybody in the band's busy right now. Personally, I've been writing for television. I've been involved with a couple of companies that write for different shows, such as Guilty Pleasures, Top 5 Restaurants, Toddlers and Tiaras. Mr. Kane Daniels here tours with Jameson. Mark is on tour with John Waite. So, you know, we keep
We have
busy.
heavyweights here.
So, yeah, we keep busy and we're blessed. You know, we're blessed.
Definitely blessed. Let's be blessed with another song. What are you going to do for us?
Next song we're going to do for you is from a CD I released about 5 years ago, coincidentally called Somewhere in Pasadena. It was under a previous name I was going, Cali, and it's called Miss America.
Miss America, Roger Anthony Whiting Band here.
Let me get this off my chest. She's got the heart of the Midwest. Good Samaritan victory, not conquest. She's so elegant and gracious, puts smiles on faces, transcends culture and races. My heart is already falling, it keeps calling out to her. Here she comes, a dream brought to life. Could be Miss America, Miss America. She's so elegant and regal, there's no one of her equal. There will be no sequel. Has a face for the ages, will turn glamour pages, in command of all stages. My heart is already falling, it keeps calling out to her. Here she comes, a dream brought to life. Could be Miss America, Miss America. Here she comes, a dream brought to life. Could be Miss America, Miss America.
Hi, I'm LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. When I'm not producing television, I like to look at Behind the Curtain with Eric Bailey.
My poetry is about viewing the world as I saw it as a young man, and down through the ages I continued to write verse. I used that as a creative expression, but it also helped me through life because I could address certain issues, certain feelings, and certain appreciations. I'm a retired school psychologist, and helping people was my thing. After my stroke, when Meals on Wheels started, I was on the other end of the stick, so to speak, and suddenly I realized I was there where those other people were. My name is Julius Gaines, creative writer, poet, photographer. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
I'm Robert Margoliff. Join me in watching Dan Nicewander on The Now Man Show.
Hi, I'm Roger Anthony Whiting,
And Mark Ricciardi.
and you are watching Sounds Within with LV Smith.
Hi, LV Smith, host of the show Sounds Within. Today we're featuring the Roger Whiting Band here with Roger Anthony Whiting. And we're going to find out, how can the audience get in contact with you?
Fortunately, they don't have to search hard. It's like just Google Roger Anthony Whiting. You can find me on Spotify, Apple Music, iTunes. Go to my website, rogeranthonywhiting.com, and YouTube as well. So it's I'm on all social media, Twitter, Facebook. So please.
You got it. You got it. Okay. You got 30 seconds. What are your words of wisdom for the future Roger Anthony Whitings?
Persistence. Just be persistent. Follow the music that you love. Be diverse. Don't be afraid to be diverse. And don't be afraid to do as much as you can by yourself. I mean, it's great to work with other people, but, you know, sometimes it takes time to find other people. In the meantime, don't sit idle. Just, you know.
In other words, grow.
And grow, and of course, and you know, and be loving, you know, and be kind.
Words to live by. Hey, Mark, after listening to some killer guitar work, what words of wisdom do you have for future Marks?
Practice, 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 and when you finish practicing, practice again. That's the only thing I can say. It's, if you love it, it's not practice. It ends up just being something you really love to do, but you really find out in the end how what you practiced many months ago, many years before, that comes back to help you later. So I can just say, soak in as much different styles of music and just practice, practice.
In the words of somebody who hosts a show called Spread a Little Joy, like Smile Lady, she always say, invest.
Yes, absolutely. Invest in yourself, and it'll pay off, definitely.
The clock ticks on. Okay, Kane, what words of wisdom do you have for future Kanes?
All right, so I think it's a combination of what both these guys said. You know, they're both been in the industry quite a bit longer than I have, and even the short time that I've been involved, I just realized that just being really good at your instrument is very important, so you have to really spend some time with it yourself. But the important thing is to be a good person, and persistence. Not everything happens in a day. So as long as you love it, just the ride is enough. It doesn't have to always be your hugest goal or nothing. You know, just let the music world take you where it will.
Keep it a journey.
Yeah.
Thank you. Folks, this has been an edition of Sounds Within. Look for the credits. You see that'll be off on the closings. And we see you again on Sounds Within. Peace.
Let me get this off my chest. She's got the heart of the Midwest. Good Samaritan, victory, not conquest. She's so elegant and gracious, puts smiles on faces, transcends culture and races. My heart is already falling, it keeps calling out to her. Here she comes, a dream brought to life. Could be Miss America, Miss America. She's so elegant and regal, there's no one of her equal. There will be no sequel. Has a face for the ages, will turn glamour pages, in command of all stages. My heart is already falling, it keeps calling out to her. Here she comes, a dream brought to life. Here she comes, a dream brought to life. Could be Miss America, Miss America.
Hi, I'm Roger Anthony Whiting,
And Mark Ricciardi.
and you are watching the Arroyo Channel.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you?
You know you do.
Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome,
I think we're breathtaking.
and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities.
Chess really isn't my thing.
I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us. We go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.